All the information in this video is for educational purpose only and should not be considered as financial advice. I have something very exciting to share in this video. I built a market finder based on a strategy that I found recently on Josh Olzervik. I hope I pronounced it correctly on this YouTube channel. I came across this channel a few months ago and I found it really exciting. I think it's one of the hidden gems on YouTube. And I'll leave a link to Josh's YouTube channel in the description box. But when you watch his videos, you'll understand that he advocates a strategy that is based on Ichimoku cloud, and he will dwell deeper about the strategy later in this video. But at a high level, he's been using this indicator which is based on Ichimoku cloud, and I've even watched some of his videos dating back to 7 years old, and the strategy has not changed in the past 7 years. So that is pretty consistent, and I'm really surprised that the strategy has been working for 7 years in a row, and that is what got me hooked up, and I got very interested in the strategy, and I feel that I feel like this strategy is quite objective, unlike many other strategies where you have to read between the lines. So I thought, why not just create a market finder for that strategy that looks at all the coins on Binance Exchange. Right now it's built for Binance Exchange, so it looks at all the coins on Binance Exchange and it shortlists the coins that fit a particular uh, criteria. So again, we'll briefly look at the strategy, and then we'll get back to this finder. I'll explain how to use this. Let's get started. Now let's get into the strategy. I'll try to briefly explain how this strategy works. But again, if you want to thoroughly understand it, I suggest you to watch this playlist that Josh had created explaining how he uses Ichimoku Cloud for the crypto markets. And you can see that this video, one of his videos, is created almost 7 years ago. So it's pretty consistent, and like I said earlier, this is what got me interested. Alright, so you can go to TradingView and search for Ichimoku Cloud. And yeah, you can add this Ichimoku Cloud indicator, and after you add, you can change the settings to 20, 60, 120 and 30. Okay, so these are the settings that he uses for crypto markets, and you will see something like this. Now there are four components, four visual elements that you have to pay attention to on Ichimoku Cloud. One is this blue line. This is called as Tenkin, and this is somewhat similar to a fast moving average. It's not exactly moving average, but the blue line is a fast moving line. And then you have a red line which is Kijun, and then you have a cloud which is called Kumo. Again, these are Japanese terms. And then you have this translucent green line which is Chiku span. Generally, when the price is above the cloud and the cloud is green, that's considered as bullish trend. And when the price is below the cloud and the cloud is in red color, that's considered as bearish trend. And again, that's a gross oversimplification, but there are a few granular signals that are considered bullish or bearish that I created this market finder for. So let's look at those. So whenever the price breaks out of the cloud, that's considered as a bullish move, and that's what we call as Kumo burst, as in price coming out of the burst. If you see here, this is again Cardano. You can see the price breaking out of the cloud. That's a pretty bullish move. So that's one kind of a bullish signal. And there is also another bullish signal which is called as TK cross. Again, T is the Tenkin line and K is the Kijun line. TK cross means the blue line crossing over the red line, something like this. Again, in a bearish tone, or if you want to look at the short signal, that's when the blue line crosses below the red line, and it should happen below the cloud. So TK cross above the cloud, above the green cloud, that's considered as bullish signal, and a TK cross under below the cloud, it's considered as a bearish signal. So that's another kind of signal. And the third kind of signal is Kijun bounce. So Kijun bounce, as in the price retraces towards the red line and then bounces from there. So that's considered as a Kijun bounce. Again, same thing on the bearish side, or a short signal is when the price retraces till the red line and bounces off of it. It didn't happen here, but if you look at the previous signals, yeah, right here, right, so the price retraced till the red line and then bounced off from there, so that's considered as Kijun bounce. So these are the three different signals that Josh majorly looks for or talks about in his videos. So I created this market finder that looks for these coins, looks for these signals across all the pairs on the Binance exchange. Again, this is again a gross oversimplification. I highly suggest you to watch this entire playlist. It's not long. Like if you combine all the videos, it's about an hour long, which is not a lot. And you can quickly go through these videos to thoroughly understand about the strategy. Again, who better to explain this than the creator of the strategy himself, right? So, and then let's get back to the site where I'll explain how to use this. So this is the market finder for Ichimoku signals, and it runs on Binance exchange. Now, I'm not really, before I talk about this, I have to be honest, I'm not really satisfied with how the arbitrage tools were delivered. I wanted to make it convenient, and I created executable files for Windows and Mac OS, but I'll be honest, it's really difficult to maintain. And because I'm using a Mac OS, it's become even more difficult. So I cannot create builds for Windows system because of Mac. Windows allows you to do it for Mac, but it doesn't do the other way around. But anyways, so it was a bit clunky, and I'm not really satisfied with how it was delivered. So that's one of the reason I thought, when I created Ichimoku signals, I wanted to make it easy for anyone to use. So I purchased this domain and I deployed all the code as a proper website, so that you can use it from anywhere, right? So you can use it on Mac, Windows, or mobile, anywhere, so it's just convenient to use. So before I walk you through the functionality, let me first log out and start from the beginning. You need to log in to use the site. So let me enter my email address, and then you will receive an OTP. And once you enter the OTP, you will get access to the signals. I know that logging into the site can be a bit cumbersome, but I've designed it in a way that once you log in, the session stays active for up to 30 days. So it's not that inconvenient. Again, the reason I wanted to add authentication is because I want to see who are using it, and how frequently is the site being used, and eventually I want to add more features to this website, and who knows how this unfolds. So I have big plans for this site. Let's just say that I have big plans. And yeah, so on the top right corner you can see that we have the logout button, and I've added three different time frames here. So the 4 hour, 1 day, and 1 week. So again, these are different toggles that you can select, and that filters the result that you see. So if you select 4 hour, you will see the results on the 4 hour time frame, and if you select 1 day, you will see the results on the 1 day time frame, and so on and so forth. And then you can filter on whether you want to see the long signals or short signals. And then you have a filter for three different signals that we just talked about: the Kumo burst, TK cross, and Kijun bounce. So you can select which signals you want to see. And again, signals is nothing but a pair, so you will see which pair satisfies that signal. So if you see 4 hour long Kumo burst, you can see that XRP USDT is currently, Kumo burst has happened on the 4 hour time frame. So when you click on it, you can see that this is copied to the clipboard. So now if I go back to trading view, and if I search for the signal, I can just copy paste. It's just convenient, right? So it's copied to clipboard, you can just copy paste, and you can open that. And if I select 4 hour time frame, you can see that the Kumo burst has happened on the 4 hour time frame. So that is what the signal shows. Okay. And same thing for Kijun bounce. And if you select, let's just select on the short side, and TK cross, there are no TK cross. And if you select Kijun bounce, let's see if I want to show you, how this looks. So if I go to IOTA USDT, you see that the price is bouncing off of the red line. So that is what constitutes as a Kijun bounce. Okay. So yeah, so long or short, and Kumo burst, TK cross, and Kijun bounce. So that is what it shows. And here you have a list, so to speak. So it's like a golden list, and things that coins that you're closely watching and you want to keep a close eye on. So these are some of the pairs that I closely watch. So when you enter those here, you will see these highlighted in golden color in the list. So just to show that the just an extra color code that signifies the golden list. You can add new pairs to this list. So let's say if I want to add XRP USDT, you can just add it to the list, and that's it, that just gets added. So that is how you can use this site, and you have to refresh the page. The results don't auto refresh, so whenever you want to see the latest result, you just hit refresh, and you will see the latest result again. But this runs on the 4-hour candle, right? So you don't have to refresh often. So the shortest period you have to refresh is every 4 hours, which is not too inconvenient. And these settings stick. So let's say before the refresh you selected 4-hour short and Kijun bounce, and you refresh the page, the results, the filter stays where you last selected it. So it's just one little convenient feature. On the top left corner you have two links. One is to the playlist that I showed earlier, the Ichimoku cloud playlist that I talked about, that Josh had created, and right next to it is a link to my YouTube channel. Again, I'm the creator of this tool, so I thought I'll just leave a link to this YouTube channel here. And that's it. That's pretty much it. I have shared a link to this site to Josh, and I tried to reach out to him. I haven't received any response from him yet, but if any of you watching the video, if you follow Josh, maybe you can share this link with him, and that gets his attention. I'd like to discuss with Josh and see how I can improve this site. What features can we add to further enhance usability and convenience. And who knows, right, if it's possible to automate and add a fully automated trading system, I'm open to it. So again, let's see how the discussion unfolds, and if you can help share this link to Josh, and if it gets his attention, I'd like to discuss with Josh and see how we can take this further. That's it for this video. Again, you have to log in, but this is free to use, so feel free to check out Josh's YouTube channel. Again, he has a very soothing and pleasant voice, so I generally like, he does these live streams which are up to 2 hour long, so I just play these videos and just let them run in the background, and these are pretty informative too. So he talks about legacy markets and some fundamental events, and also the crypto market. So they're pretty comprehensive, and he has a very soothing voice, so you can just let it run in the background. So that's what I do. So I guess that's it for this video. Until next time, bye for now.